Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Rocky Mehta. I am Director of Security Services Incorporated. Our company is mainly focused on training students to get their security guard license. Over a period of last about 10 years or so, we have trained almost 10,000 students to get their security guard license. Of late, I am getting requests from our students that they are having issues in applying for the security guard license, that is the application for to be sent to the ministry to get their license, and some of them are also having problems in renewing their license. Hence, today I have decided to run a tutorial of how to apply for a new security guard license, and all those people who already have a license, how to submit application for the renewal of your license. Basically, what I'm going to cover today is how to apply for a new license, how to renew the license, required documents which you must have to submit your application, what are the fees and the processing times to get your license, and lastly, I'll also cover the common mistakes which have been made by students which delays the processing of their applications. Coming to the part 1 or correction, I will be covering the whole thing in 5 parts. In part 1, I will explain to you what are the eligibility requirements to get your security guard license. In part 2, I will cover how to get your criminal record and judicial matter check done. In part 3, I will cover the methodology of applying for a new security guard license. In part 4, I will explain to you the process of renewing your license. And lastly, in part 5, I will cover the various mistakes which are made by the applicants when they submit their application, which delays processing of their whole time period to get their security license. Coming down to part 1 of the presentation, that is what are the eligibility requirement to get your security guard license. When you are making a new license as a new applicant, first and foremost thing is that you should have completed your training and testing, that is you should have passed the ministry's test. Thereafter, you have to apply for criminal record and judicial matter check. I will cover this in part 2 of my lecture, how to get your criminal record and judicial matter check done. And additional documents that you may need to submit your application, first one is any of your photo identification. This has to be a government issue ID. Any document that has your picture, name and date of birth normally qualifies to get as qualified as a photo ID. You can use your driving license, passport, refugee ID or Ontario ID. Any one of these IDs can be used to prove or to confirm your identification. Next document that is required is eligibility to work in Canada. This is also referred to as a status document. What it actually means is that you should be legally authorized to work in Canada. There are various documents which you can use to authenticate this information. Like if you're born in Canada, you can use your Canadian birth certificate, you can use your citizenship card, you can use your Canadian passport, study permit, work permit or PR card. Any one of these documents is good enough to justify that you are eligible to work in Canada. The last document that is required is your digital photo. It has to be in JPG format. The website gives specific guidelines of what should be the photograph and what should be the size of the photograph. If you have any problems in identifying, I recommend that you can contact your photographer. He'll be able to help you in that, or you contact us and we'll also be able to guide you what type of picture is required to be submitted for submission of your application for security guard license. However, if you are renewing your license, you already have a license, it has expired or likely to expire and you want to renew it, then the document required is, first one is your existing or expired security guard license. If by any chance you don't have this license, you can call up the ministry and take the number of your security license from them. Next document that is required is digital photo. Now, normally the ministry asks for photograph once in 5 years. If your previous photograph is valid, this document may not be required. Or if you want to change your photograph, you're not happy with your old photograph on your driving license, on your security license, you can change the photograph. But the format or the requirement of photograph is similar, what I had told you when I covered the photograph requirement for the new security guard license. Additional documents that you may need are very similar, that is your photo IDs as well as eligibility to work in Canada, which I just explained to you for the new applicants. So these are all the eligibility requirements or the documentation requirement to apply for your new security guard license or for renewal of your existing security guard license. Now I come to the next one, that is part 2, how to get your CRJMC, that is Criminal Record and Judicial Matter Check. You have various options to get this document. First option is that you can physically go to your nearest police station which is affiliated to your municipality and apply there. They normally charge $37 to about $40 depending on which municipality you are living in. Only drawback in this system is that firstly you have to physically go there, and second is the processing time is roughly about 3 to 4 weeks. If you're okay with that, this is a very good system to get your criminal record and judicial matter check done. However, if you want to apply online, there's also provision to apply for your criminal record and judicial matter check online. I recommend you can visit our office. I've given our address on the website. Bring all the IDs with you when you come down to our office, and we'll help you submitting your application for criminal record check online. Our staff will assist you in filling up all the documents. It normally takes about 10 to 15 minutes to fill up that request for criminal record check. It costs the vendor's charges of $40 plus tax, that is roughly about $45.20 for this. But the biggest advantage which you get in this is that you normally get your results in about 1 to 24 hours. Within a day, you get your license and you are ready to apply for your security guard license. However, if you come down to option 3, how to get your CRJMC, if you are living quite far off from our office location or having other commitments and can't visit our office, we can also help you doing this online. If you have to get this CRJMC online, what we recommend is that you e-transfer us the cost which the vendor charges, that is $44.20, on our email rocky@mmsecurityinc.com. Okay. Also send us a copy of any of your ID which you are likely to use for your submission of application. We need that ID to verify the spellings of your name and any other mistakes that may come up in your date of birth, etc. Once we have these documents with us, we send a request to the relevant authority to submit an application for you for getting a CRJMC done. Now, once we send them a request, you'll get an email in the email box, and that will look something like this. So when you go on this one, that is criminal record and judicial matter check, and start, thereafter the application process will open up. They will reconfirm your name, ask for your address history for last 5 years or so. Normally they ask you where date and place of your living for last 5 years. In addition, they may ask you some additional information about your personal banking systems or credit or something like that to reconfirm your background check. Once everything is submitted to them, normally you'll get your results in 1 to 24 hours. Once you have your results with you, thereafter you can follow up the next process of applying for security guard license. That I'll